What's up, everybody? Welcome to Tuck Rule Takes episode 107. 107. I am Mike Sullivan. With me,
Good counting, Al.
as always, Liam, Big Al. I'm just sick of losing. I want to start these podcasts with so much more like energy. But yeah, episode 107, where football's on, so I guess we can just be excited that there's still football to watch. But
hey, it was a close game. We scored points. It wasn't like the Dallas game. It wasn't like the Saints game. There was something to root for. Ramondre Stevenson even had a long touchdown. We can use microcosms here. Let's look small. We got first downs. We had field goals. We had touchdowns. Yeah,
dude. Like,
so there are little victories.
That's what we need to do. I think moving forward. And again, I think each episode now we're going to talk about how we think the outcome of the season's going to go, or like just kind of how the season's going to go from here on out. But for now, like, you know what? Patriots aren't killing it right now. 2-7. So it's like,
that's the understatement of the century.
Let's start with first downs. Then
not great, Bob.
Let's maybe get a field goal. And then it's like, listen, I don't want to push any buttons, but like, can we throw a touchdown in? We did all those things this week.
100%.
So like, and Liam, you still got we'll talk about it. You found another reason to argue against one of the players on the team. So like,
I did
a win for you. A win for a lot of
my let the record show, my breakout player of the year had another interception back-to-back weeks with a pick for Kyle Duggar. He is truly the lone bright spot on this team. Guys balling out of control. So I don't want to more gloat anymore, but yes, I am Nostradamus of the end zone.
That wasn't the only argument that Liam got into this weekend.
Yeah. So that's what I want. So you two heathens, hooligans, watch the game together without me. I want to say I did not get the.
You had an open.
No, you were purposely not invited. Yeah.
No. Listen, don't listen
to positivity. That's
don't listen to frat boy over here with his backwards hat. Listen, Mike, you had an open invitation. So
I love a good backwards hat, by the way. Oh yeah. Hey, can I ask you guys something? I'm as being the older one. I'm 31. You guys are still not spring chickens, but you're like of the age where you wear hats too. Why I see people now like criticizing wearing backward hats. What the fuck is with that? It's just a backwards hat. I don't think it brings...
the people complaining about that are the type of people that got shoved in a locker when they were in high school.
Yeah, right. Those are the people who like the same people like, oh, you can't have tattoos because you can't get the job you want.
It's those people. It's antiquated. Yeah, those people are still living in 1929.
Yeah, goddamn. Like, I'm putting my thing when I was growing up, it was backwards hat. It was cool, Mike. Mike's here to play. When I was angry, I wore my hat normal side. That was my thing growing up. And it's still obviously it's forward now. But anyways, though, that was just a side note. I didn't know how you guys felt about that. But you two watched the game together.
Passionate.
So I guess actually we'll let you guys kind of kick off what you want to talk about with this game, if anything. And also like any stories come out of you guys watching the game?
Oh yes. There's a story.
Pretty uneventful.
Perfect. Oh no. Lay it out there for us, Al.
So just to kind of set the scene. So as you guys know, and as all the listeners know, I have recently moved into a condo with my girlfriend in Boston.
Yes, a Connie.
Yes. I decided to have some of the lads over to watch the game and have some food. You had an open invite, so
purposely
shut up.
Not you.
And had the opportunity to have Liam as well as some other good friends and family. My father was there in attendance too.
Yeah, Al's dad fucks. I don't know how Al came from the balls of such greatness.
Well, I'm sure his dad does fuck.
Yeah, he does. It is confirmed.
At least once.
It is confirmed.
At least once that we know
of. He's a cool dude.
No, but it was great. Liam was the life of the party. Kept everyone laughing with
I don't know about that.
some really good and some questionable forms of humor, which will not be repeated on this podcast.
I would say insightful. I was insightful, thought-provoking.
That again is very debatable. And this one decides to get in an argument with my father about the state of Bill Belichick.
He was talking shit.
which I'm not gonna lie, like we were also.
I might be on Liam's side. If
you probably are,
you would have been on
probably
my
are.
side.
So the way that it was, we were kind of in like a semicircle because keep in mind it's small. It's not this grand place, but we were all in close proximity.
A horseshoe shape.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, makes sense.
And and all of a sudden, we all just hear Liam and my father Marty just going off about this.
Wait, hold on. Your dad's name is Marty too?
Yeah, it is.
So is mine. That's funny.
Is it really?
That's fucking weird.
Yeah. Anyways,
yeah. My dad's name is Marty.
No,
it's
it's Seamus. But imagine
that would be hilarious. So then they're just going off. Now, my dad's on the firm, like, keep in mind, he's 70 years old. Love the man to death.
He's also a 49ers fan, so.
Yeah, he was wearing a 49ers sweatshirt, which he loved Joe Montana back in the day.
So I had to check him.
It's like, yeah, you had to keep him in check, which.
Yeah, but he knows his stuff. I was like, he puts up a good debate.
But basically, they went back and forth about, so my dad was on the side of Belichick should be gone after this year. Liam was ferociously, and I mean ferociously, on the side of Belichick staying. So it was entertaining. It was classic. Yeah,
the few of the proud.
Liam also had a party foul coming into it. He had a big party foul.
Yeah, that one sucked.
So he comes in. Actually, do you want to tell this one?
Yeah. So, I get out of the car. I got me being the gracious attendee that I am. I asked
friend.
Yep. Can I bring anything? And he was like, yeah, chips and dip would be great. So I swing by Whole Foods, get some tortilla chips, some salsa, have it in a bag, throw a couple of my beers in that bag. So when I pull up, get out of my car, grab the bag out of the trunk, and because I bought it at Whole Foods, where it's all these earthy, crunchy granola people who gave me this bag, the paper handle breaks, the bag goes slamming to the ground, hits the ground with not a lot of force, so I don't realize that the salsa had shattered to pieces when it hit the ground. So I picked that shit back up, marched my way inside, and Al's friend who let me in the door is like, hey, man, I think your bag's leaking. I said, hey, man, mind your own fucking business. And then I walked in.
You did not say that.
And realized that, he was right. It was leaking. So I was, instead of being like, hey, everyone, how are you? Doing the presidential thing, shaking hands, kissing babies. I had to rush immediately to the sink. Yeah. And it popped one of my beers, broken glass, and salsa all in the bottom of the bag. Dude, I was like, fuck.
I can just picture you coming, everybody's hanging out. Liam comes in like a fucking bat out of hell. Salsa everywhere,
pissed.
Beer everywhere. You're
Al's like,
dude,
it's cool.
Storm.
It's cool.
Al's dad sitting there, be like, get him gone just like Belichick. Yeah. Like, this is probably this is where it started.
I was pissed.
Oh, no.
But credit to me being the host that I am. I was like, you know what, Liam, we're going to take care of it. It's all good. Let's just get this done. Save your beers and we're good.
Was your girlfriend there when this was happening?
No, she was working.
Okay, I was going to say, if you had a girl through the she'd be pissed.
There were a lot of things that I did that day that Al's girlfriend would have hated.
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, that's what it is. I will say I am going to come up at some point and watch, not even go to a game because I don't think we need to waste that much money. But like I will before the season's over, after Christmas probably. I'm gonna come up there and we're gonna watch a game together. It's gonna be a quick little weekend trip.
Stellar.
I'll come up Saturday, stay for the game, leave Monday night, Monday morning, something like that.
Yeah, come on over.
Yeah. We'll be tight. Dude, Al has a bidet. It's so much fun.
Dude, didn't. That's all you had to say.
Tell me about it.
I've never
used it. He's never used it once. I was like, holy shit. So everyone who came to Al's party, I was like, have you seen the bidet? So I'm taking them all into the bathroom and showing them how it works. So you can do it in different ways where it shoots into the toilet or it shoots out. And if you aren't shitting when it shoots out, it shoots across the room against the wall. So I'm like shooting the bidet all over Al's bathroom, getting people to come in. And I'm trying to hit them with the bidet water as people walk into the bathroom being like, oh, come check this out. Look deep into the toilet, and then I try and turn the bidet on and get him in the face. But yeah, Al wasn't super psyched because obviously there was water all over the wall and the floor and whatnot. But
a bidet, I've always been so intrigued because I just feel like we could be doing a better job at like cleaning our asses.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And like that is the way. No fucking way. I didn't know you had a bidet. If I knew that, I would have been there this week. It's just in the bathroom the whole time.
I didn't even have to shit. I worked up the courage to shit, so I could use it.
I would just push one. I would have popped the blood vessel, just pushing one out, just so I could be like,
awesome.
I'm gonna get this done. That's crazy. So is that we're gonna talk about the Patriots in a second? So the bidet is a separate thing you have to sit on, or
no? It's an attachment to the toilet. It's the
coolest thing ever. I don't have to move.
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, and that's why I was able to, like, people would come into the bathroom with me. I'd be like, oh, look deep into the toilet and turn the bidet on. It would shoot against the wall.
You're such a liar.
I wouldn't even.
Yeah,
be
no,
mad.
I took 2 people into the bathroom. I didn't hit them with it. I tried. They wouldn't fall for it, but I showed 2 people.
Dude, I wouldn't even be angry. I'd be laughing like a fucking kid running through a sprinkler.
It was awesome.
I'd be like, oh my God. No,
I was telling Al, I was like, dude, you got to show your girlfriend how this works. And Al came into the bathroom and I shot it against his bathroom wall.
Oh, you got this. Okay, yeah, this changes everything.
Yeah, it
changes everything.
So now you absolutely have to come up for a game.
God.
And you, me, and Al can fire up the bidet at halftime.
Fire up the bidet. Sounds like we're firing up a grill.
Yeah.
We'll clean some asses during halftime. It'll be awesome.
Maybe if you're lucky, Mike, maybe I'll make you the steak tips that I made everybody.
They were fucking delicious.
Were they good? They were good.
I would have eaten that shit.
You guys know what's weird?
They
don't have steak tips in Florida. Do you guys know that?
Really?
Yeah, it doesn't exist.
No way.
Like when I was in New Hampshire for the wedding, when I missed the episode a couple weeks ago, we literally went to like a meat store and got like 6 things of steak tips. It makes no sense. Like you would think they would have it because it's just like they have steak down here. But yeah, no.
Do they just throw away all the tips?
I don't know. I don't even think they do them. It's just steak strips and like all knockoff thing.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
Oh, it's been. They also don't have the red Chinese sausages. You guys know what I'm talking about?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. So we got those. We also got like red hot dogs. The ones that like snap when you fucking bite them. So we loaded up on meats when we were up there. But
we have the meats.
Arby's. We
literally do. Our freezer. You open it. There's steak tips, sausages, hot dogs, just a bunch of stuff. But all right. I guess we'll talk. Do you guys want to talk about the game? Do you want to talk about JC Jackson first? Why don't you get the game out of the way?
Yeah, get the game out of the way.
Okay, yeah. So Patriots lost 20-17, dropped to 2-7. Still currently last place in the AFC.
Not for long. The Bills are in rapid dissension.
Yeah. Let's see, and that's the thing. That's why I fucking wish the Patriots were good this year, because the Bills are proving that
there's
they're
so much opportunity.
So much opportunity. But yeah, it was I think I've kind of shifted where I'm at with the Patriots. Liam, you touched on it. These are the type of games. Now, it's such a weird thing because I think I've said it before. Like, I can't, in my right mind, hope the Patriots lose a game. And like, I don't want them to lose games because like then just the clusterfuck of things that'll happen in the offseason and everybody talking shit about like Belichick and everything, including Al's dad. But like, I think these are the type of games that Patriots fans should want. The ones that are close, that are entertaining, but they lose. And I hate saying it. Like, I want to cut my tongue off. I just said it. Like, most Patriots fans should want this. I don't. I want them to win these games. But I think this is the path to rebuild the team.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
Unfortunately, it's the only thing that makes sense. What's our goal? To win 7 games and not get a top draft pick, but not,
have like the 13th pick or something. Like nothing.
Yeah.
Like you can still trade up, but like who?
Yeah, exactly. It's pointless. We're not about that now. We want, at very least, we want a generational talent, someone like Marvin Harrison or any of these quarterbacks that a bunch of people at Al's party, Al included, seem to believe in, that I have less faith in. Obviously, we will spend the entire offseason and probably toward the end of the season talking about this.
Oh, definitely.
But it just makes too much sense to friggin' go with the NBA trend of tanking, quote unquote. And trying to.
It's tougher to tank in football, I think.
It is 100% because people's fucking lives are on the line.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah, not enough games. The game. It's not like the NBA where like if you're tanking, you can kind of like you can make it seem like you had a couple off nights shoot it. Like, you know what I mean? Like you can't. Like it's tough. I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen The Longest Yard. Like it's tough to tank. Tough to tank in football.
Which version? The Burt Reynolds version or the Adam Sandler version?
Technically, Burt Reynolds is in both.
I only recognize the Adam Sandler one. Did you guys see they're remaking? So they're remaking the remake of Longest Yard.
It's so dumb.
I feel like Adam Sandler is going to be Adam Sandler is going to be Burt Reynolds in
He has to
like
so
the remake. I don't want this. I saw before I came on here in another side. I don't even give a shit because like the team is not fun to talk about. They're remaking the movie Mean Girls and it's like a musical. I'm not down with that.
That's
like,
that's the only thing that happens now is remakes. It's so disappointing.
It's like remakes and like reboots and like they're rebooting The Office or like extending The Office. That's not going to work.
I have to say though, in the Longest Yard, technically the last reboot, Nelly is the perfect running back.
Oh, he's awesome.
That was
tight. No, Nelly,
I was
Michael Irvin's
I believe
in it. Like Stone Cold's in it,
too.
Goldberg. Like that was the Kevin. That was the perfect collection.
Great Khali.
Yeah, dude, Great Khali's banging his head against the wall. Like that
I don't even
was
know
like
wrestling. I know you're a huge wrestling nerd, so I knew you'd like.
Yeah, he was in it, bro. That I love Stone Cold in that when he's grabbing Kevin Nash and him and he took the estrogen pills. Like just such a good movie. Chris Rock, obviously, that was good. Actually, I think I might watch that.
Tracy Morgan's the tranny.
Yeah. They'll have to. I'm sure they'll change that. They'll do something.
I would imagine that's not going to stick around.
But
or everyone will be like that. You know, it can go either way.
Yeah. Then I don't know. I don't know what they'll do. But still, just stop remaking things. Just come up with your own.
Yeah, certainly. No, it's brutal. If I see another Disney remake, I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, like they got doing all the. Although I will say, I like the live action remake of Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast was my shit growing up. The live action one with what's her name, Emma Watson as Belle.
I didn't even see this.
Yeah, this is where now I feel like a nerd because I watch all them because I am a kid. I think I'm still trying to be a kid. I'm like fighting the age. I don't know.
I figure I'll probably be like that when I'm 62.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll still. So yeah, like, what do you guys want to talk about with the? We can go right to the end.
I mean, let's talk about let's cover the highlights. Let's talk about like the 3 really good plays in this game. Like
toss them out there. We'll discuss.
Hunter Henry's touchdown, pretty dope. Ramondre Stevenson finally ripped off a long run. That was dope.
Had him on my fantasy bench. That was good.
Terrible otherwise. That long run literally made the Patriots running stats not look atrocious. Without that, I think it was a 60-yard run. Without that,
it was what 62 or 72, I think it's 62. So other than 62. That, Stevenson, he had 87 yards.
Yeah.
And then if you take out the big chunk, obviously that's all of it. And then Zeke had 17. So yeah, other than that, they had like 40 yards rushing.
4 yards per carry, which is fucking awful. But we're focusing on the highlights, the big plays. Hunter Henry caught a touchdown. Okay, Ramondre had that. Kyle Duggar has a pick in the end zone. Mm-hmm. And then
Christian Barmore continues to look good every single week.
Christian Barmore is really pissed off.
Listen, I'm going to take credit for that because ever since I called him out and like you guys seconded it, he has been on a tear. So like I think if there's if there's one thing that Tuck Rule Takes has done, it's that we woke Christian Barmore up.
We revived Christian Barmore's career.
Yeah, you're welcome.
But
he
Al's dad, I got to give him credit. You know, he has terrible takes on head coaches and their positions, but he did say that the Patriots secondary was making Sam Howell look like Joe Montana. And he was. Like he's like, this guy's gonna finish with 350 yards. I don't know what he did end up finishing with, but he was damn
29
close to
of
that.
45 for 325, a touchdown and a pick. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. So his dad was devilishly close. And in fact, that sprung Sam Howell. He's now has passed for the second most yards in the league. And the Redskins are officially tanking. So what the fuck does that say?
You lost to a team that's tanking.
Yeah, they sold everyone. It's so ridiculous. But those were the only highlights. I mean, we love to see it. The Hunter Henry touchdown. He's arguably the most consistent offensive player we got.
Yep, love him. Love Hunter Henry. Yep. I love him. Yeah. Ramondre. Love both of them.
Finally got a Ramondre sighting. Other than that, though, there's not a whole lot of positives about this game.
I actually.
Al, do you have any comments, Al, on the positives?
No, not besides the stuff we already mentioned. I was actually going to say with Hunter Henry. So I actually called into Zolak and Bertrand on Tuesday.
I saw that. I wanted to mention that you got they answered your questions and shit, right?
Yeah. Did you know? Did I tell you guys? Did I tell you guys that I was?
No, I saw the tweet. I saw I think you tagged Mike Reese. I think I don't know what the question was though, or what it was. So
I'll tell you right now. So it was.
Fuck yeah.
Do you think that Hunter Henry will be re-signed to an extension, and not because it's a no duh type of thing, because to us, it's like, it's no duh, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. He's had, and I'll throw off the stats that I threw in that question, like 140, no, not 140. What was it? It's like 110 receptions, like 14 touchdowns, and he's a team captain. That's a big part that no one talks about. Like, he's one of the captains on this team. So I asked him, like, do you think that they'll actually extend him? And Mike Reese and Bertrand were talking about, they're like, yeah, I think, they resign him, because if they want to keep the pillars in place for the future, Hunter Henry's one of those guys that you need to keep around.
Dude, he's good. He's what, a top.
Do we have
tight
pillars that we want to keep in place?
Listen, we have columns. Okay. I won't call them pillars. We'll call them columns. All right. We'll call them stilts. We have stilts.
We have support beams.
Yeah. Support beams. And Hunter Henry is one of the stronger of those two. So that makes me happy that Mike Reese, of all people, thinks that they might. Cause I didn't even think of that. I knew he was a captain, obviously, like we all do. Yeah. But yeah, that means something, like, to be named a captain. So yeah, I would assume they sign him, because I know that they don't have any tight ends under contract, and, like, I know you can easily trade for one, draft one, whatever, but, like, why not just sign him? Like, keep some sort of consistent, like, weapons around. Liam, I know that you second that, obviously, signing him. So, yeah, no, that's good. That's good though. I did see that. Fuck, I had it on my little fucking notes. I meant to bring it up. Yeah, that you had them say that. So, so I don't want to linger on the positives. I don't think this team deserves it. Tyquan Thornton, I want him sent to not even the Sun, because that's too nice. I'm sick of Tyquan Thornton, and I think I was, like, pretty vocally, like, all for him. I was like, I want to see what happens. I want him to come. Dude, did you guys see that fucking out route that he ran when they showed it?
Disgusting.
Like,
I thought it was Mac at first. I'm like, dog, how do you blow that?
I think we all did.
Fuck me.
So there was that one, and then there was also a throw that Thornton was, like, he had a slant over the middle. I forget when it was, and, like, Mac Jones was yelling coming off the sideline. And, like, I remember thinking, like, why the fuck's he yelling? They showed the replay, like, on Twitter the next day. He hit Tyquan Thornton right in the hands, similar to the Juju play that we'll talk about at the end of the game. But he hit him right in the hands, and he dropped it. Like, Tyquan Thornton, dude, if you can't, I understand Bill O'Brien even said it with, like, the injuries and how he hasn't, like, had time, all that stuff. Cool, that's fine. Maybe your hands are a little rusty. Run routes, dude. Just run, the route running shouldn't be rusty, because you're still doing that in practice. Like, I get you're not getting game time reps, so whatever, your timing might be off. That wasn't a timing thing. That was you getting to the top of your route and taking, like, 6 steps to go to the left, and, like,
just lazy.
No, the play was there too. It looked like, or at least it would have been, a bang bang play. Maybe he caught it, but it's ridiculous.
It's all terrible. And Juju runs some fucking awful routes out there. And Mike Gesicki isn't running the best routes out there. Like, everyone just seems uninspired.
Yeah, I don't. And then there was Jalen Reagor, who, by the way, I'm like happy with him, like, him being here. I get, like, he threw a great block on Ramondre Stevenson's touchdown. But, like, other than that, like, he hasn't done anything.
That's what we're praising him for?
No, I'm saying he hasn't done anything fucking egregious that would have made me be mad at him.
That deep pass drop was atrocious. Yeah,
that's what I'm bringing up. How do you
like?
This is what it is. Like, you can't, like, the team can't afford mistakes. And, like, when Matt Jones drops it in a bucket like that, similar to Devontae Parker, like, you have to catch that ball. Like, it was perfect. It wasn't too, like, wherever, too far, too short. It was perfect. You ran right to it. And, like, I think after the game, he even said, like, he owned it. He said that he kind of stumbled as the ball was coming. He couldn't get the grip he wanted, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So he did take ownership of it, which is great. But,
he should have cut himself.
That play happened. And what that made me think of too, we haven't seen any, like, deep passes or deep chunk plays like that this year, have we?
After last game, the Patriots statistically and anecdotally have the worst offensive line in the league. Like, but they are the absolute worst.
Yeah, I think they were second to last before last week. Yeah.
Yep. Now they're the fucking worst. And we were just saying, how does this happen when the Commanders sell all their defensive linemen at the trade deadline? And we still drop 2 rankings in our offensive line. Of course, there aren't any deep passes. The whole thing is outrageous. It's so frustrating to watch. There's no blocking, definitely no catching. There's nothing.
No catching. Catching, no. It's frustrating because, Liam, like you said last week, you want to make a decision on Mac Jones, but it's so tough to.
Yeah.
Like in this scenario. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm with each passing game, I'm more open to the idea of moving on from him, even though I still think if you draft Marvin Harrison Jr. and like shore up the line and like, do things, I think Mac Jones can still win with the Patriots, but it's his 4th year. Then it turns into, what do you do? But I don't know. That's a conversation for a different day. But the line, dude, if you can't block, like, I know that's why you're not getting the deep passes, but for some reason,
why we can't run the ball,
it made me think of it. I was like, shit.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
the whole thing's fucking atrocious.
The offensive line is what it is. Like, when I say that to people, like, I think the first reaction would be like, oh, you're trying to simplify it, or like take blame off Mac, or take blame off X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, no, I'm not. But if you think about it, every issue with this offense starts with the offensive line. I'm a fucking broken record. I say it every week. You can't run all the plays you want because there's no blocking. Mac can't.
You just said yourself, we don't have any deep passes this year because there's no blocking.
He can't. And then Mac has regressed. He's seeing ghosts because of how bad the line was to start the year. The running game is nothing because of the line. Like, you have to have running backs into chip. You got to have tight ends trying to chip and block, all these things. And it's like, God, it just sucks. It sucks so bad. I hate that we are not a good team. Let's face it, the Patriots, they're not good anymore.
No,
like,
no, they're not.
Oh, it's horrible. And then, okay, so Liam, we'll talk about it. So
good.
Juju.
How is your king doing? Please tell me.
Juju had a good game. Let me set the table for him.
He did not have a fucking good game.
It's 4th down. Juju,
don't even sugarcoat this. The fact that it's 4th down, he's on the field is egregious.
No. Okay, listen, we're
you
not
should be getting the team water.
Okay, Al, I'm talking to you. So first and foremost, obviously it was a drop. What I want to talk about though is
the handoff.
First of all, Jonathan Vilma saying that Mac Jones shouldn't be taking that risk throwing the ball or whatever. And now what that kind of spawned, do you lend any credence or credibility to the argument on the side of Mac shouldn't have thrown that ball in that situation?
No, because it's the fact that Mac should have never been in that position. Because what about the 3 or 4 drives prior where you had the chance to put up points and you did nothing? So then you're putting yourself in that position. Exactly. Punt.
Fucking punt orgy out there. It's disgusting.
Like, if you
by the way, listen, you guys can laugh all you want. If the Patriots were good,
me and Al were laughing at your expense during the game.
Bryce Bear, did you see the punts? I'm sorry. Bryce Behringer is I don't know why you guys won't get on this bandwagon.
He pinned them so good. He pinned them in such bad field position. Sam Howell had to throw for 325 yards because the field was so long.
Liam literally said at my little gathering on Sunday, he's like, Al, Mike is probably like having a wet dream right now. Because of Bryce Behringer.
I had my dick already out. I was just watching them. Like, I don't.
But we made jokes where you're on the couch and you're yelling at the wife. You're like, they're punting. Get in here. They're punting.
Hey, yo, babe, come here. Yeah, a big 64-yarder coming up. No, honestly, though, you guys have to admit that was a great draft pick. He's doing very well this year.
He is.
It's our number 1 offensive play.
Just punt.
It works every time.
That's it. It's like, let's second down. Yeah, Bryce, we're gonna punt this one away.
But as for that Jonathan Vilma quote, I absolutely agree. I agree wholeheartedly. Max should not be throwing that pass because it's to Juju. It's obviously going to be a fucking failure.
Okay,
if you're going to throw a pass on 4th down, Juju is the last. Anyone else, literally anyone else. I would throw it to Cole Strange. Cole Strange.
Cole Strange caught a ball that time. Remember?
I know.
In the year?
Yeah, he's caught it. He has better hands than Juju. Exactly. I would throw it to him before I throw it to fucking Juju. Like literally anyone. Besides maybe
play
Jalen
though,
Reagor, they're both fucking terrible.
That play, like I hate you can't take that because honestly, that was a good throw. Juju ran
Perfect
a good
throw.
route. He was there and he
Not
dropped
really.
it. So I don't want to hear anything about Mac not like he shouldn't have thrown the ball in that situation. Put the ball because if Juju catches that
situation, just
if he catches that, the Patriots are in field goal range for my boy
That's
Big
a
Chad
huge
Ryland.
if.
Bro, Chad Ryland fucks just like Bryce Barron.
Yeah, no, I'm saying it's a huge
if
if
he
that
catches
Juju
it.
would catch the ball. Yeah, you could also say if a flying ice cream truck struck fucking Sam Howell before the game started, maybe we would have had a chance to win. Yeah, probably. I don't even know who their backup is. He would have. Jacoby Brissett. He would have smoked us.
Looking at this game though, like that, or like just the Patriots season, Al, it makes sense that Juju dropped that, right?
Oh, it makes all the sense in the world. We were literally saying as a group, we're like, okay, how are they going to blow this game? Like, who wants to put a pool in?
Oh, I said this in the preseason. I'm like, Juju's going to fucking ruin everything.
Oh, it's like, Mac hasn't had a pick yet. Like something's got to happen. And like you could see, I think the camera went to Mac after, and it's like this season is putting years on so many players' lives. It's putting years on Mac Jones's life because you could see he was like, dude, what the fuck? Like,
it's like, what more can I do?
Yes. Like he put that ball. It's like, listen, everything else that happened earlier in the game with everybody dropping it, people not running routes, whatever. We're here now. We're fucking making it down. And then you go and fucking Kayshon Boutte the win away. And it's like,
dude, it's
him, by the way, Kayshon Boutte will never play again. I don't think.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either. But it was so egregious. Like Mac Jones could have had the remote from Click and paused time, walked up to Juju, hand him the ball, and Juju still would have flung it to the other team. He's fucking useless. Absolutely useless.
He would have done the Bobby Boucher and been like 62. There you are.
Oh my God. Dude, I can't like it's like I can't even get too excited on these comeback drives. That's why the Bills drive was so crazy because I was like, holy fucking shit. But now everything I'm just like, now you go to Germany and play the Colts, like you'll probably get fucking routed over in Germany.
Yeah, he's Gardner Minshew. He wears jean shorts. He's gonna smoke
Gardner
us.
Gardner Minshew is the type of quarterback that's gonna put up like fucking 340. Like 2 touchdowns, a pick, because of course the Patriots will get a pick to start the games. Everybody be all fucking excited. Like, here we go. And then shit will happen. Like it's
and I think it's officially time that we can say, and I heard Brian Baldinger, I always mess up his last name. I heard him say this in his little film room thing. He said the Patriots receiving core is the worst receiving core I have ever seen. Ever. And we talked about how the talent wasn't stellar, but we believe the system could make it work going into the season. And after, the games that we've had and hearing him say that, and I watched his little film breakdown where all the lazy routes, like I told you, everyone was running terrible routes, especially
I figured that's what you watched. So you watched the one he posted where he's like, let's try to get Mike Gesicki involved. He runs about okay, cool. So that's the same one that I saw too. Yep.
Yes, exactly. And I was watching and I'm like, that's exactly it. Like, we don't have an offensive line. And we have the worst receiving core in the league. Like, we have Jalen Reagor, who's been cut by 2 teams, who's awful. People don't want him on their team, and he's starting for us. We have Juju, who speaks for its fucking self. Tyquan Thornton, who has the smallest wrists I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's why he can't. Oh
yeah,
no, that's why
he can't catch. Dude, he can't do anything. And then it's like, we're just going to rely on Hunter Henry to carry this fucking team. And Mike Gesicki's completely lost out there. Yeah.
That's all you have.
It's so bad. And like, Pop Douglas shouldn't be nearly as involved as he is. He's great. He's so fun to watch. He had the diving catch in the game. The dude's truly playing his heart out there. He is willing to die on that field for every first down. And I love it.
Yeah, love it. Yep.
As a 6th-round rookie, he should be playing as much as Edelman played in his first couple years, like very sparingly, like a 4th, 5th receiver that they go in there as a change of pace speed guy. The fact that he's getting used this much is admitting failure in our wide receiver core.
But it's good. I like that do you think, like, I was trying to kind of find like positive spins to put on the offense. I think if you're going to have one of the very few things positively coming out of the year from like the offensive side of the ball, this year accelerated Demario Douglas's like growth.
Definitely.
I think like next year he should be in the mix as like depending on who you get and what happens in the offseason, but he should be a starter next year. Like there is zero reason why he should.
There's no excuses. Like take the step to being a true, I would even say number 2 receiver. Like go get a number 1 receiver and make him a number 2.
That's the only reason I mentioned, like, unless they get like they draft someone and sign someone else, but either way, he should be 2 or 3. There's no reason why
I want him to be 3, like friggin'.
Oh, dude, could you imagine him just roasting like second or third corners, but like he does now?
Yeah, but if we're carrying over the same receiving core, there's not a doubt in my mind that he should be the number 1. Like, what the fuck are we? The talent pool is so miserable out there. I'm like, we truly can't get anyone else. The Cowboys just signed Martavis Bryant. Our Lord and Savior, Martavis Bryant, is back in the league, and the Patriots didn't think to try and get him involved or anyone else that has had any marginal success over the last couple of years. They couldn't get anyone. Hell, I would take Josh Gordon back right now over the guys we have out there. It's fucking terrible. Like, no wide receivers over the last, 3 years that aren't in the league anymore can come play for this team. We're picking up Jalen Reagor, who was drafted ahead of Justin Jefferson and A.J. Brown, and is a huge fucking failure. We're throwing him deep passes. It's outrageous. When Mac threw that deep pass to Jalen Reagor, I was like, please be to DeMario. Please be to DeMario. And sure enough, fucking
when you saw
83's back there. I'm like, fuck me. I'm like, this isn't going to be good. And then he dropped it. And I was like, of course. Because, obviously I watched him when he was on the Eagles. He's fucking terrible. I watched him. He didn't even play for the Vikings, but he was fucking terrible. And it's like, he is an oxygen thief, a waste of space. He just taking precious resources from somebody who could matter on a football field. And it's outrageous. There's no, Sammy Watkins is a fucking free agent. Somebody go get somebody. I don't care if Sammy Watkins gets hurt and misses half the season. He will be more productive in 3 games than Juju, Jalen Reagor, Devontae Parker have all together combined up till this point in the season. It's so crazy. The Cowboys don't even need wide receiver talent, and they're picking up Martavis Bryant, who was just playing in Massachusetts for the Massachusetts Pirates in Worcester. He wasn't on a practice squad or anything. It's like, God damn, can we do some scouting? It's so outrageous.
Or if you want to try to fix it and keep Mac Jones as your quarterback, which, I mean, who knows at this point, but if you want to keep him, you better make sure that if you get a really high draft pick, go get Marvin Harrison Jr. That's a guy.
That's the only
you have to at that point.
Yeah,
you have to.
I don't know who are there any other, because you guys might know more than me. I'll know as we get closer to draft time. Other than Marvin Harrison Jr., are there any other I know there's other receivers that people are talking about. But, is there anyone else that is jumping out that could be okay, if so and so drafts Marvin Harrison Jr. before the Patriots can? Is there another guy that's around
Travis
there?
Henry wouldn't be coming out, would he? Not that
Travis Hunter's coming out the year after.
Hunter. Yeah, okay.
Hey, honestly, if you could get Marvin Harrison Jr. and Travis Hunter, I mean, that would fix that. That would fix a lot of problems right there.
I think Travis Hunter's a little gimmicky, but he very well, if he's going to work for any team, it would be the Patriots because he plays both sides. That'd be cool. Exactly. It'd be a fun draw.
Could be good. Well, either way, though, they do need some sort of young guy. And as we get closer to the draft, we'll dive more into that and kind of see. Basically, it's going to be 2 options.
It doesn't matter if we get Marvin Harrison anyway, because we won't have time to get him the fucking ball.
Well, exactly, and that's where it comes down. So I wanted to ask you guys too, because I've been seeing this, people the ideal Patriots coaching staff next year is X, Y, and Z, and they want to fucking blow up the team and do all that stuff. Is there, and I don't even know if this is going to be a long, more than a couple minutes talking about it. Bill O'Brien's back next year, right? He's not going anywhere, right? There's you guys.
Unless Josh McDaniel storms into town.
Would you guys move on from it? Because I'm still I used to scoff and laugh at teams who would move on from coordinators or coaches after 1 year, because you can't install a thing and have it grow in 1 year, and depending on the situation. So I don't kind of the Belichick shit. It's I don't subscribe to that. Just keep the coaches, just get better players. I think that's what we're seeing. I don't know. Do you guys think there's any chance Bill O'Brien's gone?
The only way I see him being gone is if a college team gives him a head coaching offer to run a program, to be able to run a program his way.
Okay.
Or if somehow an NFL team's like, listen, we'll give you another shot to coach in the NFL. I don't see the second one happening as likely as the first one, but I could see like a top 25 team or even like a mid to upper level college team, like in their respective conference at the D1 level, reaching out and being like, hey, Bill, you want a second shot at coaching in college? Like, here's your chance.
Yeah, because you can't turn that down, right? Like, no, I get being in the NFL is like the big thing, but being a college coach is huge.
Right, but he's also in New England. Like, he's from New England. His family's here. His wife's from New England. So there's other factors in it too.
Yeah. I hope he stays. Like, I mean, like, I've seen, like, you can see like the idea in the plan of what he wants the offense to be. It's just, again, it fucking comes down to the offensive line. Like, it just, and honestly, a lot of times it's coming down to Mac Jones too. So him fucking up like more and more, which is alarming. But like, again, I'm hesitant to like say completely move on from him, just because like when he makes a couple bonehead things, and then all of a sudden he fucking audibles into the perfect play and throws a perfect ball to someone, whether it's caught or dropped, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I just didn't know where you guys stood on the Bill O'Brien thing. I guess something to watch, I guess.
I mean, a part of me wants to just gut the entire fucking thing, and obviously
I get that, yeah.
Belichick and get rid of everyone else, like everything. Like, unfortunately, like, dude, Hunter Henry, fucking yes, he's the only bright spot. But there is a stink around this team, and I'm one of those people that believes in a hard reset. Fucking get rid of everyone. Get rid of anyone who's had that bad inclination. Like,
yeah,
as great as Hunter Henry's been, he's only been here during the losing seasons, and
that's true. I think honestly, the stink, and like, it sucks to say it, and again, we'll talk much more about this as we get towards the end of the year. The stink might be Mac Jones, and for Mac Jones, the Patriots might be his stink. Where it's like, I think we're getting to the point where it's like, even if you think Mac Jones can succeed as a starter in the league and all that, and like the Patriots are a quarterback, it's like you might just need to move on, like for like the health of both parties involved. You know what I mean? Where it's like just different new blood into the Patriots thing. The fan base can finally be like, oh, this is the guy. We tried with Mac, but we'll get behind him. New slate, and then also a new slate for Mac Jones somewhere, like maybe Minnesota or something, depending on what happens with Kirk Cousins or whatever happens. Yeah. But like, I fear we might be heading down there.
Yeah, and I think this is probably a more in-depth conversation for later in the season when we have a more idealized picture of what's going on. But for Mac, like, it could be, unfortunately, one of the Derek Carr instances where it's been such a bad year. It's like, Derek Carr was the #1 overall pick for a reason. I liked him coming out of college. He had like 2 really bright moments in the league, and then was the most sacked quarterback in history, and his confidence was shot, and he was a backup everywhere else type deal. And I believe that very well could be the case with Mac, where it's like, he was a damn good quarterback. He had a great rookie year. He had great moments in the really shitty seasons. But like you said, when you get used to seeing ghosts and you don't have time, and you've never really had time, and everything, your whole career is kind of fallen apart, and you've lost a million different ways, and starting each game-winning drive, the back of your mind, you're like, what crazy thing is going to go wrong this time? Are we going to start with a holding call that starts our game-winning drive on 1st and 20? Are we going to throw an interception? Is somebody going to step out of bounds? Are you going to fumble? Like, if that even crosses your mind because of all this scarring, anything, like, fucking your career could be fucking ruined. Like, I look at Will Levis, and I made fun of him coming out of the draft, but he looks so natural out there, where in his first game he threw the 3 touchdowns to DeAndre Hopkins. His mindset was literally like, I'm a rookie, fuck it, like, I'm a young player, I'm not going to get judged, I'm just going to bomb it. And maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, but I'm going to look damn good until that ball gets there, and then we'll cross that outcome. And then you look at somebody like you look at somebody like Kenny Pickett, where it's like each drive, each throw, like like he's trying super hard for each play, and he just looks like he doesn't belong in each play. He's like trying to play the part of an NFL quarterback. And Mac Jones is closer to Kenny Pickett than he would be to Will Levis. And it's like, it just doesn't look natural every single time. It looks like he's like, he's like, somebody's got to be open. Somebody's got to be open. Oh, nobody's open. I'm just going to force this, or everything looks like a grind. There's no easy, even in the last Thursday night football game where Will Levis lost. He looked natural. He had plenty of great throws. Even he was driving for game and threw an interception. Even his interception looked more natural than than Kenny Pickett's, any of his throws. Like, it's, sometimes you got it and sometimes you don't. Like Zach Wilson would be another person where each play you're like, oh my God, he completed a first down. Cool. And then you're like, oh, sweet.
Yeah. It's like you see Mac Jones play, and it literally, and I think this is what's happening. He looks to be getting more and more frustrated. And it's like, when the good things happen, it's like, oh, okay, so like this happened. Okay, we gotta like keep it going. And then it's like and it's not even just him now. It's a lot of people on the offense. It's like everything just seems so like
where each receiver is like, I can't fuck this up. And the whole time they're running the route, they're like, don't fuck this up. Don't fuck this up. Don't fuck this up. Yep. And it's like, it's like you're doing a presentation. You're like, don't say something stupid. Don't say something stupid.
And you say it the second you get up there.
And then you get up there, you're like, penis. And you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
And it's just like, the whole thing fucking falls apart. Like, nothing just seems natural for anyone out there. No. So I worry that Mac Jones just has like this lack of confidence where he's like, dude, I haven't been able to do anything right through fault of my own and no fault of my own. Like, I have seen every scenario where something falls apart. So he's surprised when something goes right. And that's never the way it should be. Quarterback should always have the mindset of the next pass will be better. Peyton Manning threw 22 fucking interceptions in his first year. Dude did not stop throwing the ball. Didn't care. He was like, another pick, fuck it. Because in 2 seasons, I'm going to be leading the league and I'm going to win MVP. It's like, I don't see that from Mac Jones, and it's a huge failure on the team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that, like, I don't. God, it's almost like a scary topic. I don't even. We'll like move on because I don't want to get into it because it because then you got to unpack a bunch of things where it's like, what do you like? Whose fault? Like, how much blame to whoever get? But
it's like, even more confusing because you're like, what went right in his first year for for a landslide to happen in his second and third year? You're like, everything looked great. We cut Cam Newton.
How did we get here? Which I think I think that should be a topic like later on in the season. Like, obviously towards the end, probably when it's over. Like, just kind of be like, what can we pinpoint any like checkpoints as to how we got here? Because I don't get it, and it's not fun.
It's like the beginning of those movies where it's like, I'm Mac Jones. You're probably wondering how I got here. And it shows him throwing a game-losing interception. And it's like, let's rewind.
We need that. Yeah. But,
it's like, let's rewind. You're like, fuck.
Yeah. Offense is what it is. The defense, I figured we'll kind of talk about JC Jackson now. I don't know. I don't have it's just not fun. I don't have much more to talk about with this fucking team.
What's there to say? We fucking blow.
But JC Jackson and Jack Jones, they did not start the game, which I think people put a little bit too much credence into starting the game as a corner, maybe, or even a reset or whatever it is. But like, whatever, they didn't start the game. They didn't play till after like after the third drive, I believe. JC Jackson did not have a good game. I guess Jack Jones left the stadium after the game. And JC Jackson said that he's not going to talk to reporters. And then he also left the stadium. So Jack Jones, not much has really come out about him. I forget who was it? The corners coach, the defensive backs coach or someone said something where it was like, that's not the Jack Jones I know. He's normally involved, like whatever. They kind of like poo-pooed that away, which like, I'm fine. Like, I like Jack Jones, Panda Jack. We all like him. So cool. Do your thing. JC Jackson is kind of the big one here because he's also not making the trip to Germany. Come to find out, he was late to a team meeting on Saturday before the game, which is part of why he got benched for a couple series. And now I guess the gist is basically they're like, hey, stay in Germany. We have a bye week after this too. Get your head right. Come back. This sucks. JC Jackson, I thought was going to be kind of like a good signing. I think we all kind of thought like, hey, if you can sign him maybe in the offseason for a couple of years, but I think it just, when it rains, it pours, and Patriots are down another corner. What's your guys' take on this whole JC Jackson thing? Or do you even have a serious one?
I thought that so there was another report that both of them missed like curfew or something like that on Saturday night. So that's why
I'll look.
Something like that. But I mean, Mike, you put it perfectly. When it rains, it pours, right? I mean, it's just one thing after another after another. And it just seems like these younger players, and I know JC Jackson's not a younger player, but like a lot of these young guys, a lot of these other guys, they just don't fit into that Patriot mold that we're so used to of like, keep your head down, bring your lunch pail every day, work hard, don't like ruffle feathers, don't give anything away to the media, like be yourself, but also like don't be a coward about it. And I don't know, it's just there's been some swing and misses over the past couple of years, but it feels like now the wrong players are coming in, not in the sense of talent, but in the sense of attitude, the way they go about things. And that's just not what we're accustomed to seeing. And it's sad to think about.
Yeah, you were right. By the way, the curfew thing, I just double checked. I didn't see that. I only saw the JC Jackson. Yeah, I guess they were both late curfew on Saturday, so it makes sense. Okay,
and stuff like that, like it happened with Kendrick Bourne. I think meeting was Kendrick Bourne's problem last year, where he was put in the doghouse because he couldn't show up on time to a meeting. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, you are getting paid millions of dollars to do a job, and just about everyone on every other team can show up on time for meetings. Like, what is the fucking problem that you can't follow basic rules? And JC Jackson's had a lot of off the field problems. He had like a warrant out for his arrest at one point in Massachusetts, and like, Jack Jones also decided to bring a brigade of weapons to the airport, not judging him.
Just ready to go.
Absolutely. And I have also brought millions of weapons on planes. So yeah, exactly. So who am I to judge the man? But obviously there's been some moments off the field. Dude also loves to rob Panda Expresses. Can't say I've been there, but I've thought about it. And just the fact that I've thought about it is enough. But it just seems so fucking outrageous. It's like Robert Williams when he was with the Celtics, how he became the Time Lord because he was late for a meeting. Like, how can you fucking people be late for these meetings? He was a rookie, so I guess I sort of little bit kind of understand it. But did you not have meetings in college? All this stuff seems so unprofessional, so ridiculous, where, like you said, it's an attitude problem. Like, what could be going through your mind that you think the Patriots meetings don't matter out of all the teams? Like, you could probably show up to a Raiders meeting late because who gives a fuck? You're in Vegas. Just tell me you're gambling. Like, friggin', this is not the Patriot way. This is not how it rolls. It sounds so cliche, but this is a fucking military schedule.
JC Jackson knows. He's been here.
Yeah. It is inexcusable. I truly just, it's like, what's going through your fucking mind? If you're not 5 minutes early for a meeting, you better be sick, dead, or mute, because there is no other excuse. Tom Coughlin, it was torture, but I watched the America's game, New York Giants, when they won the Super Bowl. Tom Coughlin said, if you're not at the meeting 5 minutes early, then you're late and you will miss practice and you will be fine. And everyone's like, that's not how we run things around here. Everyone flipped out. Everyone hated Tom Coughlin. Michael Strahan held out of camp because he was like, fuck this guy. He ran a tight ship, and they won the fucking Super Bowl as the last seed in the playoffs. No one expected them to beat the undefeated Patriots. Clearly, there is something to be said for discipline. And how can you not show up for these things? It is so ludicrous to me.
Yeah, I don't get it, dude. Like, it's a job. It's just like how I think, just like in my normal job, dude. I'm just like, how are you late? Like,
Al, what would happen if you showed up 20 minutes late to work?
Probably sent home for the day, and then the second time I did it, probably fired.
Yeah.
And you're responsible for a ton of other people. That's why I ask you. It's like JC Jackson and Jack Jones are responsible for a ton of, like, you work as a team. It's a team sport. Mike, you're driving a truck. It's literally just you in the truck. And my job, like, not really a lot of people are relying on me. But still, if I show up late, my boss is going to be like, the fuck
there's still rules. And guess what, guys? None of us are I'm fairly confident in saying, none of us are making anywhere near the amount that JC Jackson is making to fucking play. Because at the end of the day, all you need to do is show up to like a class, which is what a meeting is, and play a game. That's all you need to do. And you can't show up on time. You're not a rookie. That's the thing. Like Lee, I know when you said like, rookies, okay, whatever, you can kind of give them leeway, slap on the wrist.
Maybe. Yeah.
You're not a rookie, dude. You've been in the league, and with JC Jackson, you've been in New England before. So this isn't new to you. You know how serious the Patriots out of many places say it. And like, it makes me think of what Mike Vrabel said during his Patriots Hall of Fame induction, when he was like, Patriots fans, whatever, like, enjoy the Patriots. It's not like this everywhere else. And I think JC Jackson is forgetting that it's not like everywhere else isn't like New England. You have to be on time. There are no
he of all people should know, because he was fucking miserable on the Chargers. He sucked. He didn't have a good relationship with the team. And now I was like, oh, the Chargers are a shit organization. Looking at it now, I'm like, fuck, maybe JC Jackson
like, yo, they were
fucking
smart.
Problem. Yeah.
Isn't it frustrating
not to be on the team.
That's dumb. But isn't it frustrating that like the talented ones are normally the ones that are like this too, like more often than not? Like most of the time, the people that are like this are super talented too. It's frustrating.
Yeah. And friggin' if JC Jackson, what is he, 3 games into his second Patriots stint? If he had a pick in all 3 games, or even a pick in 2 out of 3 games, I'd be like, you know what? He's fucking good. Like, T.O. was a nightmare. Terrell Owens was a monster to deal with for all of his teams, but the motherfucker would go out there and catch 11 touchdowns and pull in over 1,000 receiving yards every friggin' year. Like, all right, we can put up with that. If he's going to bitch at our quarterback,
is a horrible
everyone
human.
Gave him a chance.
And the Patriots gave him a chance, and they knew. And they were like, dude, just like, don't do this. And he did it. And like, obviously, we all know his story. But like, they will put up, every single team, every single coach, player, organization will put up with some bullshit as long as you like produce. And JC Jackson, dude, like you've had like, a couple good plays, but like less than a handful. So like you are in no position to be showing up late. And like, I don't know if like him and Jack Jones, they missed curfew on Saturday night. Like if they were
probably at the
JC Jackson, sir, if you are fucking dragging Jack Jones down with you, go away, because Jack Jones is another promising corner. Be gone. He is one of the Joneses that we need. You know who we don't need? JC Jackson. Because guess what? We suck anyway. So Sean Wade is just as good. We'll throw him out there.
I feel bad that friggin' people in Germany are gonna have to watch Sean Wade cover somebody for 60 minutes.
No. There's Miles Bryant. Don't
that's so much better.
And then one Jones. We got Jonathan Jones. We got the one.
I'm throwing up at all these names. Not Jonathan Jones, but the other names I'm just puking in my mouth about.
Did you guys have anything else about like the game or anything you want to talk about before we just like very quickly touch on the Germany Colts game and then get out of here?
No.
Then okay. So Pats play the Colts in Germany. Everybody do not forget the game is at 9:30, right? 9:30 or 9:30
a.m.
Yeah,
good excuse to start drinking.
So you can get the misery out of the way and then go do what you want to do.
I'm gonna be hammered by noon.
It's gonna be weird, right? I feel like maybe like mimosas will be the move for this game, and then get actual drunk for the real football games. What do you guys think's gonna happen in this game? You think they're gonna win, lose?
No.
Could it be a tie? Yeah, fuck it, man. Let's have a tie in here.
20 to 10 Colts.
You know what? I am gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna pick the Patriots.
Wow, that's quite
I know that's crazy to do nowadays. I'm gonna go 17-16 Patriots. Crazy score, huh? I want to do like 16-15, but that's too weird. That's
I think it's insulting that you think Gardner Minshew would only put up 16 points.
It is.
This is
I don't know.
It for me. The Patriots over in Germany, yes. I do think the Colts are going to steamroll the Patriots like the Third Reich did to Poland.
This is such a bad accent.
You
sound like a weird, like Sweden, Germany person.
You sound like the Swedish chef from the Muppets.
Where is the crowd? Yes. The Patriots stand no chance against the Colts.
They don't, do they, man? They don't. They really don't.
You literally sound like the sisters from Big Mouth. Literally, if you've ever seen that show on Netflix.
The Third Reich, yes.
if the Patriots lose, do you think like if they lose, they go 2-8? Do you think like we should really just be like, fuck it? Like, yo, let's try to get the first pick. Like, let's get nuts. Not tank. I will never say we should tank, but like if we lose games.
What is trying to get the first pick if it's not tanking?
I think they should be going out there to have fun. Because at the end of the day, this is a sport. This is a game. Footy, football. We're going to throw balls, grab each other's nuts. Mac Jones tickles David Andrews' taints. Like, it's going to be a fun football time. I just think we should go out and have fun. And, if we end up with like a top 3 pick, then like, let's have more fun and let's get Marvin Harrison Jr. and let's get nuts,
Drink up the Weiss beer, yes.
Or guys, by the way, I still have not let up. My 10-7 is still on the board. Win out, 10-7, make the playoffs.
Okay, let's wrap it up on that note.
Crazier. I can't even say that. It's even level crazy things have happened. So
no,
let's just.
I really don't think they have.
Yeah, no,
I don't think
I can't even spin zone this season, guys. I can't even do it. I am, whatever happens. Like I said, I'm going into these games. I just want to be entertained. If they lose, I'll be pissed, but like, it's not to the point where if they lose, it ruins my like week now. Because I kind of just live in the misery now. We're just
we look for the little highlight plays.
Yeah, that's it. We are basically on like death row. Like we're kind of, terminal. So it's like, as long as the sun comes up, as long as, I get, some sort of laugh throughout the game, like, oh, wow, look at that pick. That was crazy. Like, let's do some weird shit. I still haven't seen a flea flicker. Maybe we break that out.
I don't want to see nuts.
that. The Patriots will try to throw a flea flicker, and like Stevenson will turn around and throw it directly to a defender, and it'll be like a pick six.
No one's going to be blocking. Yeah, I mean, call it what it is. We're basically fucked. You had to talk yourself into a 1-point victory, and me and Al said they're not going to win. It's what it.
Just because I want to win before the bye. That's all. I just want to win before the bye.
It took Hitler's army 6 hours to take over Poland. It's going to take the Colts 2 quarters of football to take over the Patriots. It's going to be unprecedented.
All right. On that, we'll end it. That was like a good, not even comparison, analogy, simile. I don't know the words, but you know what I mean. That was a good, what you did there with the words.
Hell Deutschland.
That was okay. Well, so for,
I didn't say Hell Hitler. I said Hell Deutschland.
For Al, Liam, the two who watched the game together this weekend, not me. I was not there. Al said that when they watched the game, some family members were there, some friends. Again, just want to get that out there. I was not invited. I was not there. So
we're invited. Liar.
No, definitely not invited.
Gaslighting.
We were like, we should definitely not invite Mike.
Gaslighting is not a real thing. That I will die on that hill too.
No.
But anyway, though, for the gang, we're leaving. Have fun. Watch the game. 9:30. Get drunk. We'll talk to you next week. Next week, there's a bye, by the way. So we can fucking reprieve of Patriots misery. So we'll have a good episode. So for
Frost.
There it is. Bye-bye.